What's up everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about the really important rotation we are seeing in the stock market right now. So over the past couple of months, the stock market has been awesome, right? It's been exploding to new all-time highs, but recently we've been seeing some really important shifts that we have to talk about. So looking at the market overall for this week, it was just crazy. We saw a lot of upwards and downwards movement. And honestly, we just saw a lot of just nothing. We saw a lot of back and forth movement, and it was very confusing, choppy, and hard to trade. And that's because we are in the middle of a giant rotation right now. If we head over to FinViz, we'll see something very interesting that we have not seen in a long time. So if we look at the FinViz map, normally, or at least over the past couple of years, when the stock market is moving, normally you'd see companies like Apple up 1 or 2%, and companies like Microsoft rising to new all-time highs. But right now we're seeing Apple up 0.09%, Microsoft is down 0.08%, Google is down, Tesla is down 2%, Nvidia is down 2%, AMD is down 2%. So a lot of the names that we are familiar with, like especially over the past couple of months, are down. And on the other side, we're seeing companies that have been lagging a lot start to rise up. We're seeing companies like Disney up 1%. Johnson & Johnson up 1%. Even Boeing up nearly 3% today. So we're seeing a giant rotation right now, and this is going to be bad for certain stocks, but it's going to provide a huge opportunity for other stocks. So there's a huge shift going on right now, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So every couple months or so, we see a rotation in the market, right? Sometimes when tech stocks get too overvalued, it's not that they crash, it's just we see investors flow out of them and flow into other areas of the market, and that's exactly what we're seeing. For example, if we look at Apple and Nvidia, over the past couple of days and even over the past couple of weeks, we can see Nvidia is just consolidating and just trading a little bit lower. You know, it's not crashing, it's just it doesn't have that same momentum. Same thing with Apple. And what this movement means is that there's a lot of selling pressure coming in. There's a reason why we're not seeing the same movement right now that we've been seeing over the past couple of years. It's because there's a lot of big money coming in and selling the stock. That's what's causing it to fall. And at the same time, it's not like we're seeing an overall giant stock market crash. We actually are seeing some stocks hold up very well, like Boeing and Disney. Boeing over the past couple of weeks and even today is doing very well. And that means that a lot of big money is stepping in and buying this company up. So there's a huge opportunity with buying these companies, that are at lower levels, but that have not fully popped yet. Like Boeing, yes, it has rose a lot over the past couple of weeks, but when we zoom out, it has a lot more potential to rise even more. So I really encourage everyone to look at some of these other stocks besides the usual Apple or AMD or Nvidia, because there's a lot of selling pressure with them right now. And there's a lot of amazing deals in other areas of the market that don't have a ton of attention just yet. So all over YouTube, when we have AMD at all-time highs, you hear AMD all the time. There's a bunch of videos made about AMD. AMD is all over CNBC. And the point is that when stocks are exploding and they're at all-time highs, they get all the press, right? But that doesn't mean it's the best time to buy them. On the other side, when stocks are normally at really good levels for that dip buy opportunity, they normally don't have that much press or attention. So I'm trying to make this video to, show everyone now that there are areas of the market that are good buying points right now. Just you have to look and see where the money's flowing. And there's an easy way to do that. And if we go to, this is just one way to do it. If we go to FinViz and we go to the map, we can see we have money flowing out of Tesla and Nvidia and Apple and Microsoft. All of those companies are solid and they should do great over the long term. But for the short term, they're a little bit overbought, right? They'll do great over the long term most likely, but for the short term, probably not. And we're seeing that money flow into, like I said, Boeing, you could say HON, maybe ExxonMobil, CCL and RCL, Disney, the banks. So let's take a look at some of these plays. Like if we look at Boeing, we already covered that one, but that one looks pretty awesome. Disney looks awesome as well. Like it's a solid company and it's at a good level, you know, and like investors and big institutions are realizing that, and that's why the stock's running up. You know, there's a lot of buyers flocking into it. So Disney, another awesome play. If we shift over into, you know, maybe even the cruise lines, like I know they're not super safe, but there's definitely money flowing into them, and at this price, they're not bad. You know, they're not my favorite play in the world, but again, they're not bad. We're even seeing some good action out of Beyond Meat and DraftKings, some of the growth plays, which is awesome to see. So yeah, definitely keep those ones in mind. We also have the banks doing pretty well, like JP Morgan and Bank of America. They're really running up, and with these banks, they're running up because we're seeing a rotation, but we're also seeing interest rates rise. And normally bank in like financial stocks do pretty well when interest rates rise. So the banks are kind of like a double whammy in terms of like opportunity. But across the board, don't be afraid to shift into new stocks, because that's what institutions do. Like they're always balancing and managing portfolios, and you know, like every couple months or so, you just got to rebalance and shift into the good opportunities. So I definitely encourage you to, you know, scout for deals right now. You know, I think Boeing is one of the better ones for sure, especially at this price point. And in a couple months later, we'll probably see another rotation, and there will be another huge opportunity. But these rotations happen time and time again, and there's almost always a giant opportunity with them. In terms of some of the plays I called out in this video, I would say Boeing is probably my favorite. They're a solid company. Are they going to double by next year? Probably not, but they are a solid company, and at this price point, they're looking pretty good. Shares would be ideal, but options aren't bad on them, but shares would definitely be ideal. With that being said, definitely check out Disney and some of the other ones as well. Let me know if I missed any of your good plays. I'll definitely take a look at them if you let me know in the comments down below. There's a lot of opportunities out there, but with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. I'm working really hard to get to 50K. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have an amazing weekend.